Hello everyone, and welcome to day 13 of our Advent calendar. Do you know, I vividly remember the day that I proposed to my wife Rosi, and she said yes. And from that moment on, we were engaged, and we got married the following summer. For the record, it happened here on Pennard Cliffs in South Wales, and it was a moment that changed our lives forever. Now, I'd like you, if you would, to cast your mind back to the moment when Mary became pledged to be married to Joseph. I imagine it was a moment when the two families put the flags out and killed the fatted calf, or whatever they did then. It was a moment of huge joy, a moment for celebration, a time to tell their friends the great news. Now, in our liberal Western culture, a woman becoming pregnant during an engagement is not treated with anywhere near the same shame and disgrace it would have attracted in the first century, so long as her fiancé is the father, I guess. The instant Mary told Joseph she was pregnant should have been the deal breaker. Indeed, Mary could have been stoned to death for jumping the gun on her sex life. But instead of exposing her, Joseph tried to keep things quiet. He knew well that he wasn't the father, so he began planning for a parting of their ways with as little fuss as possible, and hoped, for Mary's sake, that they could keep it under wraps. So far so good, until Joseph went to bed one night and had a vivid dream he couldn't ignore. In the dream, he heard an angel say, "Joseph, son of David, do not be afraid to take Mary home as your wife, because the baby conceived in her is from the Holy Spirit. She will give birth to a son, and you are to give him the name Jesus, because he will save his people from their sins." Now, Matthew, when he was writing his gospel, records this after a long list of ancestors which put Jesus in the royal line of King David. And I'm sure Matthew included it because he spotted something. What Matthew identified was a prophecy way back in Isaiah that was being fulfilled in that moment. So here's Matthew's take on it. All this took place to fulfill what the Lord had said through the prophet. The virgin will conceive and give birth to a son, and they will call him Immanuel, which means God with us. Joseph was to call the baby Jesus. Other people would recognize him as God with us. So Jesus was to be God in the flesh, God literally among us, or with us. Now, through the Holy Spirit, Christ is still present with us today in the life of every believer. Perhaps not even Isaiah fully understood how far-reaching the meaning of Immanuel would be. God bless you. Hello again. If you're watching this on YouTube, you might like to subscribe. There's a little button below this frame, and then you'll get an alert to tell you when the next one comes out. You could also like it, or you could leave a comment and join in the conversation. It would be great to hear from you.